Hello everyone, welcome back to Isadora. It's really good to be back. Hope you're having a good week. So I'm doing this video today because I noticed something, that everywhere we turn to, everywhere, people tend to talk more about the negative connotations of relationships. Don't date men, they are players. Don't date women, they are horrible. Don't do this, don't do that. Men are horrible, men are this, men are that, women are this. Do you understand? So the thing is, I noticed that people don't necessarily talk about the positive aspects of it. Do you understand? Who should we be dating? Who is the ideal man? I think I've spoken a bit about women. Do you understand? So I thought today to focus on the men. Besides, this video is actually on special request. So I'm doing this video on special request today. So let's face the positive side of it. Who is the ideal man? Who should we be dating? By societal standards, the popular criteria is usually, okay, it has to be from a good home, you should have a good job, you should have money. But is that the criteria it takes when you want to be happy? Is that what it takes to be happy? Do you understand? Okay, so if you're looking at happiness, okay, so all those things are very important. I'm not going to take away from that. Obviously, do you understand? You want somebody that has a good job, you want somebody that is doing well for himself, you want somebody from a good home. All those things are there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that person is going to make you happy. See, in my books, this is how I would look at the criteria. Do you understand? Normally, people say that women are the emotional ones, men are not emotional, blah, blah, blah. Do you understand? Women were filled with estrogen, which is true. We deal more from our emotions. Do you understand? Men are filled with testosterone. Do you understand? They deal more from facts and figures and all that. Do you understand? From their brain. We deal more from the heart, being women. So here's the thing. I am going to negate that and say that men are also emotional. It's just a lot of men have been brought up to neglect their emotions. Do you understand? Now, if you want to be happy, the first sign you should be looking at in a man is a man that is balanced, that has emotions, knows how to use it when necessary. Do you understand? Now, this is the sort of man that he's not afraid to show his emotions. I'm not talking about a sissy or crybaby. Do you understand? I'm talking about a man that acknowledges he has emotions, but also knows when to use that emotion. Do you understand? Okay, let me break it down, right? This is a man that when he's worried or he's upset about something, he can call you, he can discuss things with you in a healthy and intelligent manner. Do you understand? That sort of person, he's assertive, which means he's polite. Do you understand? He's polite and he will tell you his needs. He will tell you what he needs in the relationship. This is somebody that you can discuss things and work things out with do you understand? Verbally. You guys can work things out properly. Verbally, you can sit down and have a proper discussion. Do you understand? You know how you say to kids, like, use your words as opposed to crying. Do you understand? Kids just want to cry. They don't want to use their words. Do you understand? So a man-child is the opposite. A man-child wants to run away from serious discussions. A man-child wants to deflect. So when you do feel like you've met this great man and you've gone through the usual vetting, you've vetted his job, his stability, his security, one of the key things, or one of the most important things to actually look out for is somebody that is emotionally mature enough. I mean, this is for your own happiness, long-term happiness. Do you understand? You need somebody that is emotionally mature. And how do you spot that? So one of the first ways to spot a man that is emotionally mature is he's not afraid to be alone. So let me break this down. So this is the sort of man that he has his own friend circle outside of you. He has a healthy friend circle outside of you. However, he's not afraid to spend time by himself. He's not afraid to reflect on his own life. He's not afraid to be by himself sometimes. Do you understand? This is a thinker. Do you understand? A man that is not... Solitude builds emotional resilience. Do you understand? So in solitude is when a man can reflect. It's called sober reflection. Do you understand? He can sit down and reflect on his own life. He can sit down and reflect on your relationship with him. He can sit down and reflect on what the future will be like. You don't want somebody that is just going off on the whim and making decisions and just... Do you understand? That can be quite immature. So another way to spot an emotionally mature man is he's not a people pleaser. It's not about anyone else. It's about the both of you. Do you understand? It's not about, oh, this is what these people are doing now, so let's do it as well. Oh, this is what my friend said he did to his woman, so I'm going to do the same thing. It's not about anyone else. He makes decisions based on, the both of you. He makes the decisions that is best for the both of you. Do you understand? This man, like I said in my first point, may take time and space to actually reflect on that. Do you understand? He doesn't make rash decisions. Even when he's angry, he's not making, you know how some people just make decisions in anger and then they regret it later? No, this one understands that once he's angry, he has to cool off and then take time to reflect, take time to make a decision. And the decision is not based on what other people think. Do you understand? He really doesn't care what other people think. What he's concerned about, because other people are not part of the relationship, they don't know the intricacies of the relationship. He's more concerned about what's best for the both of you. Another way to spot an emotionally mature man is how he treats other people. Not just how he treats you, how he treats other people. Now, is it just horrible to other people? Like, for instance, you go to a restaurant and you're having dinner with your man and he's horrible to the waiter. He treats them like crap. Do you understand? Is it nice to people based on status? Like, if he feels like, oh, this one, yeah, you're my status, you're my level, do you understand? That's when he's nice to them. That's when he treats them well, do you understand? And he treats people that are lower like crap. You have to be very careful, because then he's just pretending with you. Eventually, it will get to you. Do you understand? Eventually, he will treat you as such, you know? And another thing to look out for is when it gets around people that are quote unquote successful, do you understand? He deems successful. Does he secretly resent their success? And how do you know this? Is the way he talks about them behind their backs. Do you understand? Oh, this person, that one that thinks he now has, he's now a big boy. That one thinks he's now doing well. That one thinks. That's how you know. Do you understand? If he resents their success and these are his friends, he would eventually resent your success. So eventually, if you're doing better than him, or you're earning better than him, or your business is doing better than he is, he's going to resent you eventually, because that's who he is. The way he treats other people around you is eventually the way he will treat you. Another way to spot an emotionally mature man is he will make you feel insignificant. He would listen to you. This is a man that listens. Do you understand? Trust me, there's nothing as refreshing as a man that actually sits down to listen to you. Do you understand? He won't dismiss what you're saying like it's not important to him. He would actually listen to what you have to say. Do you understand? And he won't probably get into arguments much with you. It's not that you guys won't have conflict. Conflict is normal in every relationship. In every healthy relationship, it's normal to have conflict. Do you understand? But he won't argue much with you, because it's not about always being right. He's not one of those alpha male, those narcissistic male that feels they're right all the time. Do you understand? He will let go of pride sometimes. Do you understand? And he would apologize and mean it. Do you understand? I'm not saying when it's necessary, because sometimes even we women can be peace takers. It's normal. It's a relationship at the end of the day. Do you understand? So we can take the piece sometimes, but this is when a man that when he realizes he's wrong, he doesn't feel like, oh, I'm always right, it's either my way or the highway. Do you understand? Some men are like that, and these are the sort of men you should really run away from. So for this sort of men, it's not really about their job, it's not really about the money they have, it's not really about their background. If you're with a man that is highly narcissistic in that way and feels like he's always right, it's his way or the highway, he won't be able to take care of you emotionally. Eventually, it will lead to unhappiness. It would lead to depression. There's nothing that can make a woman feel more insignificant than a man that dismisses her. He's not interested in what you have to say. Do you understand? He just dismisses. There's nothing as depressing as that. Do you understand? When a woman feels like she's not seen or she's not heard. Anyway, another way to spot an emotionally mature man is a man that appreciates his woman's influence. This is a man that he wants your opinion on matters. He factors you into consideration. Do you understand? Before he makes major decisions. A man once said he made an agreement with his wife, right? That she would make all the little decisions and he would make all the major decisions. Now, they had been married for about 20 something years. And there still hasn't been any major decisions, which means for 20 something years his wife has been making all the decisions, and that is a happy man. Trust me, that's a man that appreciates his wife's influence, and he won't criticize her for it. Do you understand? He won't chastise her for it. He won't criticize her decisions. He would listen to it. Do you understand? I'm not saying a man that has to agree with everything you say, no, but he appreciates your influence, and if he realizes that you're a good decision maker, do you understand, he will pretty much relinquish control, do you understand, and let you make the decisions. It's just, at the end of the day, it's the best decision for both of you, and he won't criticize you for that. Do you understand? Mahatma Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye, will make the whole world go blind. Do you understand? This is not a man that would criticize you and try to get vindictive and then make decisions behind your back just to spite you. He's not spiteful. Do you understand? He's not spiteful. He wants your opinion on things. He factors you into consideration. Another way to spot an emotionally mature man is a man that does not play the blame game. It's nobody's fault. Do you understand? There's two types of men. They're the learners and they're the complainers. Do you understand? The complainers are the ones that blame everything on the woman. Oh, if you didn't get pregnant, then I wouldn't have done this. If you didn't have 2 children behind me, do you understand? If you didn't do this, then I wouldn't have done that. Do you understand? There are those men that place blame. Everything is your fault. Then there are the men that are learners. Do you understand? And what you want is a man that is a learner. When I say a learner, what I'm trying to say is he takes responsibility. Do you understand? Even for his own life. It's not his fault. It's not anybody's fault that things are not going well in his life. It's not anybody's fault. It's not his parents' fault or his wife's fault or his children's fault that he doesn't have any money. He takes responsibility. He might not admit it to you, but he admits it to himself. And most importantly, he commits to learning from his mistakes. Do you understand? He commits on improving on his mistakes. This is an ideal man. This is a man that is emotionally mature. Do you understand? He would take responsibility for his actions, even if he's not admitting it to you. You know deep down that this man is trying to make an effort to improve. So finally, the way to spot an emotionally mature man is a man that values time over money. Don't get me wrong, money is important. That big house is not going to pay for itself. The holidays are not going to pay for themselves. The cars are not going to pay for themselves. You understand? Money is important, but time is something you can never get back. Once you lose it, you can never get it back. Money you can always get back. Time you can't. So this is a man that factors time with loved ones, not just his woman, his family, his friends. Do you understand? He factors those times. He values those times over money. It's not that money is not important. He makes an effort to make money. He goes out of his way to make money. But see, like in the Western world, like if you take a typical white man, right? They don't play with their holidays. Do you understand? No matter how hardworking they are, they will probably still go on holiday with their families. Do you understand? They'll probably still want to spend that time. Do you understand? In a family unit, because time is one of those things you can never ever get back. Do you understand? Nobody knows tomorrow. We don't know what can happen tomorrow. You don't want to sit down 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line in regret as to why you didn't take out that time, do you understand, to nurture relationship with your children or with your wife or with your parents, or do you understand? You don't want to do that as a man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is a man that values that time, that makes time. You understand? Even time with his friends, it's very important because that's his chill out time. Everybody, after going through a hard day's work, after running around, needs that time to chill out, to hang out with friends. You understand? To talk business with friends, to talk pleasure with friends. Do you understand? Everybody needs that time to pull back and just relax. It is very important. Now, the man that just wants to go, oh, it's all about making money. Let's make money in the morning. Let's make money in the afternoon. Half the time, it will end up in some sort of disease, like maybe like a high blood pressure or something. Do you understand? What's the point of making that money you don't even have time to enjoy? Or when there's like dietary needs and some sort of disease and you can't eat this or can't eat that again, what's the point of all that money that you can't even get to enjoy? So these are my final points. And like I said before, it's okay to meet a man you think, oh my God, he's so hot. Do you understand? He's so gorgeous. It's okay to think a man is great. But if you're not looking out for yourself as well, I mean, it's not just one person in the relationship. Do you understand? So outside of looking at his stability and his money and his job and his background and all those great stuff, you also have to look out for yourself. A man that will truly make you happy in the long run. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be in this relationship today and then run out and then go into another relationship. You should be looking at a long-term kind of relationship and a man that can handle that sort of long-term basis with you. Have a beautiful week. I do love you all. Namaste. Stay blessed. Peace.